If you could, can you grab my phone for me?
Mm-hmm. That place down there, I don't know about y'all.
Alright, what we'll do today is we'll do a little bit of vocabulary. We'll do some vocabulary today. Alright, so let's see.
You want me to erase this up here?
Yeah, go ahead and erase that. You know, any brothers that's watching right now can pause the video and just write all that down. You can erase it now. We're gonna definitely do some vocabulary today. Alright, Shalom. We're the I.S.U.P.K. We start out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York City. I'm the Commander General YAHANNA. We're not affiliated with any other Israelite group. We teach the truth according to the Bible, that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are God's chosen people. We've been established since 1969. Today we're going to be doing, of course, it's Friday. We're doing our Hebrew language class, also known as Lashawan Qadah. It should be up there in that top cabinet right there, on the top shelf maybe. No, they all by themselves. Yeah, you understand? This is the Lashawan Qadah. Lashawan Qadah means holy tongue in Hebrew. Holy tongue. All right. So we're gonna get into the Lashawan Qadah. Last prior weeks we started off with the alphabet. Then we moved on towards, different tenses. And then we moved on from the tenses. We went into the prepositions as well as the possessive adjectives. We went into the Lord's Prayer, broke the Lord's Prayer down. Today we're just going to get into a little vocabulary. Just building your vocabulary, understanding how to say words in the Hebrew, translating them from English, and also writing them in the Hebrew, the ancient Hebrew. All right, so let me go ahead and switch this to the board for now. Let's see. All right. Let's see. All right. So let me back this up some, because we're going to do individual words today. We just going to do some individual words. So y'all just going to write them nice and big. All right. All right, so let's get it started. So we can have somebody go to the board. I'm gonna give you a word. I'm gonna give you the word, and then I'm gonna also give you the translation to the Hebrew. All right, so let's get the word able. Able. So we're going to start off with the A vocabulary, nice and big if you could, because we're gonna get a few words up there, and then we got the camera pushed a little far back, so we'll make sure everybody can see it. Okay, the word is able. You're able to do something, right? Able in the Hebrew is going to be yakal. Yakal. Cow. Your call. A call. You get your calls might be a better way to say your call. Right, that is correct. Your call. All right. So Mardakia, just write that in the ancient Hebrew. Yeah, correct. Write that in the ancient Hebrew. Your call.
It's kind of
All right. You confident what you got up there?
Your call.
Your call.
Okay. That's wrong. It's right.
Young man, you want to go up there and take a try at it? Is
Your
what
call?
he got right?
It's gotta be that's backwards, number one.
Oh
Yeah.
shoot, yeah. Shalai, I'm
It's
tripping.
backwards.
Shalai.
That's the first. That's definitely the first. First mistake. No sweat. No sweat.
Shalai.
Getting a little rusty, but we getting back to it. We getting back to it.
Shalai.
You confident with that right there? Young man, is he right? All right, so let's go ahead. Omar Docket, go ahead and step down.
Your call?
Let's go ahead and step down.
Yeah.
We're gonna let the young man take a try at it. If it's right, just let me know if it's right.
You know what? I know where I messed up at. Shalai.
If it's wrong, it's wrong. If it's right, it's right. I need you to be confident if you what you right. Young man, is it correct?
I may still be wrong. Shalai.
Okay, no sweat. So let's break it down right quick.
Yeah, call.
This is call.
Let's break it down right quick. So right here, what he has here, he's writing this word, but he's writing it right here. So what he has there is the Yah. Oh, Salaki. He has the Yah. He has the Ka. He has the Ah. And he has the La.
So I write the first.
So if you write it how he has it, it'll be Yah. And then these two are connected, so it'll be Yah. And that'll be Ka. Would it be Ka like that. And then this one would be La. So it'll be Yah Kala. So what we have to understand is this. This L is a actual character, right? The character is represented by this, and it's pronounced La, correct?
Okay.
La. So, but because the A is not there, means that these two are connected. See? Those two are connected. So let's go back and do it over. So right now we have Yah, we have the Ka, and then we have the La. Yah, Ka, La. But the Yah is pronounced independently. Yah. The Ka will be pronounced independently because the Ka is there, but the La doesn't have the A, which means that these two are connected. Right, so that's how you would put it. Yah, Ka. Yah, Ka. Alright? So, those are things you have to remember. So once we write the word up there, when you see it, it should be a lot more easier because we know the alphabet is Ah, Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa. So you see the Yah, you see the Ka, but it's just the L. Normally that means that this is connected. That it's connected with the character that's before it. Alright? So, young man, we have to go up and do the next one. Let's go ahead and have Mardaki write it up there first, and you'll do the Hebrew this time. All right. So the next word is going to be above.
Above.
That's correct. Above. Hebrew vocabulary. Above, and above is going to be pronounced ma'al. Ma'al. Yeah, ma'al.
Oh shoot, no. I'm just writing it, right?
Right. Ma'al. That's correct. That's correct. That's correct. And it looks like male.
Yeah.
All right? But it's ma'al, which means above. Now we're going to have the brother go up, the young man, write that in the ancient Hebrew. Ma'al.
Yeah.
Okay. So we got ma, we got I, and we got la. Is it correct what he has there, Mardaki?
Sir.
You sure it's correct? All the way correct. All the way.
It look correct to me. My ayah.
Okay, so let's see. Let me see the. So we have ma, which is
Ma.
correct. So we have ma, we have I, and we have la. That's correct. But since ma is pronounced independently, it should be an upside down connector.
Oh, you know, I ain't look at the
That's
map.
why
That's what I meant.
you gotta pay close attention. You gotta pay close attention, you know what I mean? Because that could, you know what I mean? It could go from being misinterpreted to a whole other word, a whole other meaning, you know what I mean? So pay close attention to those connectors as well. So that ma, this upside down connector means that character is pronounced independently. So just ma. This connector means these two are pronounced together, so the I and the la makes I. My I. Alright? That's a good job. Go ahead back up there, young man. You're gonna start this next one off. Just pay very close attention, man. You know what I mean? And then of course anybody watching this class, take down these words that'll help you build your vocabulary on how to be able to formulating sentences and so on and so forth. You know, translating from English to the Hebrew, and it sharpen your sword with the ancient Hebrew. All right, the next word is going to be accident.
Accident?
Accident, like a car accident, is what we're going to translate now. Accident. Okay, and the word for accident is going to be asawan. Asawan. Asawan.
Asawan or Asawan?
Asawan. That's correct. What you
Wan.
have. Yeah, that's correct right there. Asawan. That is absolutely correct. All right, now we're going to have Mardakia translate that into ancient Hebrew. Who just wrote that down, the Hebrew? Is it correct, Doc? Count on McCon, sir. That's correct. Let's go ahead and erase that. Get the next word. Okay, count on McCon, sir. That's 12. And I also got another brother who's incarcerated in Goshen, New York. Goshen, that's upstate. Yeah. Address. Count on McCon, sir. If I may, sir, the brother is actually my cousin. You know what I mean? It's my cousin. You know what I mean? He always been trying to get in touch with him and let him know about these classes. Now he done got railroaded now. Now he's sitting down now. So try to get this information to him now. You know what I mean? If I could, sir. Well, he been in there since April, and I guess this month he's going to be sentenced. Yeah, kind of sir.
2 messages, right?
Yes, sir.
I do, sir.
I think.
Count on concert. Give me 1 second. All right, Salag, everybody. That was Captain Zakar, you know what I mean, UPK official business, getting brothers raised up in the prison system. Give a hand clap to that, man. Brothers in the prison system, getting raised up in the prison system. You know, we take care of our brothers, man. We don't throw them in jail. We keep them out of jail, man. You know what I mean? All right, so that's correct. Address is the word. Qadah is the right spelling in English. So it's not Ka, C-H-A-A. You got it right with the Ka, with the K-A. So you just had to match the characters with it. You got the Ka there. You got Tha, right? Tha is pronounced independently. Then Ba is pronounced not pronounced independently because the Tha is there and is lacking the A, which means those two are connected. So Bath is correct. So that is correct what you have there. All right. Good work, whoever did that one. Now who did that one in the ancient Hebrew right there?
I did.
So you go ahead and write that in Syrian Hebrew if you could, Baba Gashan.
Yes.
No, I'm gonna have the Officer Mardaki write it in the Syrian.
Syrian, huh?
Yes, sir. That is Syrian. Ooh. The oppressors, the oppressor Hebrew, the Hebrew of the oppressor. You know what I mean? Yes, sir. So we raising up brothers in the prison system, man. If anybody watching this class know anybody in the prison system and county jail, whatever the case may be, and you want to get this information to them about these schools, about the school and these camps that we running out here in the I.S.U.P.K. Go ahead and send us their name, the facility that they're in, the address of the facility, and their inmate number. So those 4 things: the name, facility name, the person's name, the facility name, the address of the facility, and the inmate number. Send us that information. We're going to get them all the information that they need to build up their spirit in that prison system. You know, the oppressor is working overtime on getting our brothers and our black men, Hispanic, Native Indian men in jail or incarcerated or either in the grave. You know what I mean? So we waking up our brothers, giving them the breath of life so that they can be able to live, man. You understand? And be free. All right? All right, you done up there, Op?
I don't know if it's legible or not.
Okay.
I mean,
So for that Ba, it could be a little bit more, you know what I mean? A little bit more.
It's chicken scratch, so.
Yeah, it is chicken scratch, but you gotta make sure it's I mean, keep it, just look. See where at the bottom where it says handwriting? That's kind of like more, you know what I mean? Even though they all kind of look alike. Yeah, that looks a lot better right there. You know what I mean? So we got Tha, looks correct. Tha looks correct. We got the Ka looks correct as well. All right, Most High in Christ. What we got? So let's just make sure. All right, that looks good. So let's go to the next word. Good job, Akim. Erase that one. Let's go to the next word. So we just went over able. We just went over above, accident, and address. Now we're going to go over advice, which a lot of brothers and sisters need to get. Calling into counsel and get some advice before they make any moves or any sudden decisions. You know what I mean? Call and get some advice. All right, the word for advice is atazah. Itazah. Itazah. You have to put an H at the end.
Oh, H at the end?
That's correct. Yeah, just put it up there if you could. Itazah. That's how you say advice in Hebrew. So go ahead and put it in ancient Hebrew for us, brother. So we got I, is represented by a character that looks like an O. We have Tazah, is represented. So okay, so now.
Oh no, hold on, wait.
Yeah, you got it. Here we go.
Hold on.
Cause it ain't no Zah.
Yeah, I got you.
I mean, it ain't no Zah. Like.
So Tazah. I was thinking of everything similar.
Right.
Alright. 1 second.
I'm sure, brother. Take your time, get it right.
So,
Alright. I to za, which means advice. I'm just repeating the word for anybody chiming in, tuning in right now. Alright, so the brother has I, which is represented by the character that looks like a letter O. It's a circle. He has the upside down connected because it's pronounced independently. He has Tazah, which is the correct symbol that he has there in the ancient Hebrew. And then the Ha, which is the Ha symbol that looks like a backwards F with 3 with an extra line, right? So that's Ha. So that's correct. So the Tazah and the Ha connect together, which makes it Tazah, which you can't really hear the H at the end because it just goes with the Ha. Tazah, right? So what the brother has there is absolutely correct. Go ahead, brother, and write that, translate that. It's from the ancient Hebrew to the Assyrian Hebrew, which is the Hebrew of our oppressors. That Assyrian Hebrew, boy, this is a pain in the backside. Got brothers writing in the mountain, writing over like, look, he writing up and down and it's escalating. It's escalating. It's going. Writing it at a, huh?
It's just different.
Yeah, man. All right. All right, so what the brother has there is correct. If you can look at the alphabet on the side, you can see with those Assyrian letters or characters, I should say, are there. What ancient Hebrew character it matches up with. You know what I mean? So that's correct right there, bro. What the brother got up there. You understand? So go ahead, let's erase that. Any brothers that's watching this class, even for y'all brothers that's in this class, y'all need to have a Hebrew Lashawan Qadah notebook. You understand? A notebook for Lashawan Qadah. You take all your notes, any precepts, prepositions, words, vocabulary, any prayers, anything we break down, you need to be writing it down in there so you can have your vocabulary to practice. All right, so that's for any brothers and sisters that's in the class. Have a notebook specifically for your Lashawan Qadah. All right, so the next one is going to be afraid. Afraid. All right. The word for afraid is going to be pakad. Pakad.
Pakad.
Pakad. He got the cod. Yeah, that's cod. Picard. Alright.
Well, look kind of cricket.
It is. One of them boys getting worse, letters getting smaller and smaller as you go down. You gotta get that dry erase etiquette up. That dry erase board. I ain't gonna lie, when you writing you up close on that board, it's kind of hard to write, evenly. You know what I mean? You gotta practice that. But Picard is absolutely right what the brother has there. Picard means afraid. That's correct, Doc. Picard. All right. So go ahead and translate that into ancient Hebrew for us. Make sure you like and share this video, this class.
You want to do the ancient? I mean,
Is what he has correct? You sure?
100% positive.
He said 100% positive. Let me see. You got the pa there. You got the ka. Yep. You got the da. That's correct. With the connectors all in the right direction. Yes, sir. So go ahead and translate that into the ancient, to the Assyrian.
Right?
Yes, sir. The Assyrian Hebrew. Alright, afraid is pronounced in the ancient Hebrew pakad. Alright, so he has the pa. You see, that's correct. Alright. Next time we're gonna make it like a little straight line and then a hook at the bottom, like a hangman type of style right there. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Like this right here. It's kind of like that more so. Where's that? Where's that? Sure.
Yeah, right there.
Right there. You can't see it because it's blurry on here, but that's kind of more, you kind of see it right there. All right, so.
It's a little bit more straight.
Right. All right, so we got the pa, we got the ka. Ka is correct. All right, we got the ka. Well, it kind of was right out here. All right, and then we have the da, which is the same symbol right here. All right, so that's correct. Who wrote the word last time? All right, so you can erase that, and then next word we're gonna do. Next word we're gonna do is after.
What's that?
After.
After.
After is pronounced a car.
Car.
Car. Yeah. He would have got the paperback. The little claw. Shalom, Shari, how about you, Shrakatah? You on the way up? All right, where you at, man? A car. That's correct. All right, a car.
Oh, so it's not gonna look though. Kind of look that a little bit better.
Your brothers better start getting them Passover garments ready now. April 9th is the day. It's going down, man. Have that Passover garment ready. Ironed up, creased up. Okay, so we got I, pronounced independently. Ka, connected with the Ra, which is car. And that is correct. What the brother has. The Ra is correct. All right, let's get that translated into the Assyrian if I could.
Yeah, that look like it look like an N and then it look like an X.
Oh yeah, you had it backwards too.
I did?
Yeah, you had the I backwards.
I did.
Yeah,
I did it like this
yeah.
and like that.
Come.
Mm.
No sweat. I missed it. Okay, that's pretty too wild right there. That's pretty too wild. You know what I mean? Put the yep right there. It's not a circle. It's more like a line, like a little dash kind of. Yeah, here we go. There we go. We working on it. We trying to get it, man. You know, our oppressor's language, our oppressor's writing of the Hebrew looks like chicken scratch. So it's kind of hard to write in chicken scratch when you got so much, you know, elegance and so much flavor, and you know what I mean. It's hard to write in chicken scratch. You know what I mean? But you know, that's what we got the ancient for. Lioness Judah Baker. I'm taking note and learning a lot, but what is the importance of the Yiddish? Okay, that's a really, really good question. That's a very, very good question. And Lioness Judah Baker, what city and state are you in? Just so we can make sure we keep you posted, and get, you know, send you out the information, correspondence, or whatever the case may be. Make sure you're in line. Make sure you got everything lined up. All right. So the sister asked the question, what's the importance of the Yiddish? The importance of the Yiddish is this. If you go online right now, go to Google Translate. Go to anything online and type Hebrew. What you're going to get is Yiddish. That's what you're going to get. You're going to get Yiddish. On the Google Translate, you're going to get Yiddish. You're going to go and download any, the blue letter Bible is going to be Yiddish. You're going to download anything, any apps, anything Bible apps or anything online is going to be Yiddish. So we teach the Yiddish and write it in correlation to whatever we're translated, so you'll know how to go and see these words on the internet and translate them into our language, into our Hebrew, ancient Hebrew. So we learn the Yiddish so we can know what Yiddish characters correlate with which ancient Hebrew letters, all right? Ancient Hebrew characters. So that's the reason why we teach the Yiddish as well, or we have it there in our teachers when we teach. And I mean, can see right now what the brother has there is after, the word after, which is in the Hebrew pronounced a car. A car in the ancient Hebrew is the ah, the ka, and the ra. As you see in ancient Hebrew, it looks so elegant and got so much flavor. You know what I mean? But when you go online and type in after in Google Translate, it's going to look like that bottom one right there. That's what it's going to look like. It's going to look like that. You know what I mean? It looks just like that, right? So when you see that on Google, then you can now refer back to your ancient Hebrew and know how to translate it, and now you can be able to speak it in your language or write it in your language. All right? Or the ancient Hebrew. You can go ahead and erase that out. She says, I live in Israel, Most High in Christ. And of course, I know that's all you see in Israel is the Yiddish. You know what I mean? You see the Assyrian or the Yiddish, Hebrew all the time in Israel, because that's who is occupying Israel right now. You know what I mean? So we teach that so brothers and sisters like you and I can be able to translate what they call Hebrew from there, you know, twisting it up and recreating it to be able to translate it back to ours. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only reason why. Does that answer your question, sister? Let me know. If not, maybe you can reword it and I can answer it for you, you know, more accurately. All right. So the next word we're going to break down is against. Against. All right. Lioness Judah, just let me know. All right. You stay strong out there in Israel, sis. You know what I mean? We want to make sure we build up a mighty camp even in Israel, man. We're going to go down to the street corners in Israel and blaze. You understand? We're going to go down there and blaze, teach our people, give breath to them dry bones, and it's going to be a glorious thing. So you stay strong out there. Most High in Christ to you, sis. Lioness Judah Baker. Get you a Hebrew name, get in classes. Do you know who you report to already, sis? If you don't, let me know. All right? If you don't know who you report to, let me know, and I'll find out for you. I can let you know exactly who you report to, so you can get your attendance taken, and we can get you a Hebrew name, all right? An ancient Hebrew name, all right? So against in ancient Hebrew is going to be Nagad. Nagad.
Nagad.
Right. Nagad.
Nagad.
Right. It could be Nagad or Nagad. It is, you know, depending on how you want to pronounce it, it's going to be the same spelling. That's
okay.
correct. That's the correct spelling. So we're going to have the brother come up, and what I want the brother to do now is I want you to write it in Assyrian when you come up. Huh? Let's say we went into the Google search, or we went into Blue Letter Bible, and we wanted to find out how you write against in Hebrew, and in Assyrian. You're going to write it in Assyrian first. You're going to do Assyrian, because if we write it in Google, it's going to come up exactly how you're going to write it right now. Nagad.
It's all the way weird.
Yeah, it is though, man. Like nobody wants to write this Assyrian. All right, that's perfect. So if we go on to Google Translate and we put against in there, it's going to come up like this. That's what it's going to come up. It's going to look like that. It's not going to look like the ancient. It's not going to be in ancient Hebrew. It's going to be in Assyrian Hebrew. So when we look it up like that, now when we see that, we can refer to our ancient Hebrew translation, and what would we come up with? I'll put it up there in the ancient Hebrew. That was a nice nod too.
No, right? I'm about to try to keep it. I ain't gonna keep it.
Yeah, that was a nod right there. That was a nod. Oh, he still got it. Came back with it. All right, so he has the Na, he has the Ga, which the Ga is more like a mountain kind of look. So it was what you got there, what you got there. Yeah, you gotta make sure it. Yeah, make sure it's at a slant. That one that you didn't erase has to be more at a slant. So just erase it, right more at a slant. Yeah, that's a little bit better. It's a little bit better. So he has the Na, and you got that Na up there, serious. And Na's up there like, I'm in here. Gotta use me to pronounce this word. Like, I'm in here. I made it. Look, mama, I made it. Na,
It's
God.
really not right though. Somebody
Huh?
said the nah is really not right. It should just be like that, really.
Yeah, that's right.
Just like that.
You're right. You made it a little bit more epic.
Yeah.
With no sweat, but you got it right though. The connector upside down, connector under the nah means that word, that character is pronounced independently. Always remember that. If it's an upside down connector like that, that means that character is pronounced independently. So that's nah. So when that word is nah, and then he has the ga and the da there, but the connector underneath the two means that those two are pronounced together. So the ga and the da become God or Gad. You understand? The God or the Gad. All right. So that's correct. All right. Let's go ahead and erase that. Let's get the next word up there. All right. So the next word is going to be, what was the last one we did? Against, right? Let's do age. Age is the next word. Age. Again, we're doing Hebrew vocabulary today. Going over some vocabulary words, translating them into the Hebrew, then writing them in the ancient Hebrew, and then translating them again into the Assyrian Hebrew. And the sister asked a great question: why do we even, use or teach the Yiddish? Because everything that you're going to see when you look up universally, Hebrew is going to be Assyrian. So we use the Assyrian and translate it into our ancient tongue, right? So go ahead now. Age, the word age in Hebrew is ga-yal. Ga-yal.
Y'all?
That's correct. Ga-yal.
You want to do the Assyrian or the
Let's do it in Assyrian.
Assyrian first?
Yes, come. Let's do it in Assyrian first. All right. Sorry, just take your time. You know what I mean? Write it out. All right, there you go. So we got the ga there, and this in Assyrian. All right. What do we have next? La.
God.
Oh yeah, Slagia, yeah, Khan, you right. That's correct. So Gaya.
Yeah, this the one that's just this
One. This is something from
I'm about to try to make it
Satan
perfect,
himself. Ooh wee. Ooh wee.
Different, ain't it?
Ooh wee. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see if I can twerk it a little better.
It ain't easy.
It ain't easy. It's like a little shelf right there, and it comes down with a little neck, and then they got another little hump right there, like that. Boom. So when you write it, just kind of get it like that, something like that nature. You know what I mean? Something of that nature. You know what I mean? Either one of those two, however you want to write it, we know what it is. When we see it, it's going to be the la. So this is ga, this is ya, and this is la. That ya in the Syrian kind of looks like a little floating number 7 up there, or a little corner, but it's up high. So you know what I mean. So don't write it that way, so you can know it can differentiate it from anything else, like one of these, or this character, or that character right there. You know what I mean? Or even this character, which comes at the end of a word, which is actually, you know what I mean, if you have a la, or if you have a ka, if you have a ma, na, pa, taza come at the end of a word, that's what you would use at the end, all right? So just make sure you write it that way so you can be able to know the difference, all right? All right, so next, go ahead and get that good old Flavor Town ancient Hebrew up there, man. That ancient Hebrew just lovely. It's just lovely, man. It just makes sense. It just look good.
sense.
It makes sense. Like, it makes sense. But yeah, one day we're gonna do away with the Yiddish altogether. You understand? One day it's gonna be understood. This ancient Hebrew is gonna be the universal language. All right. So he has the Ga, he has the Ya, and he has the La. Everything look correct, Doc?
Wow.
Go ahead and put up there. Let me get the marker, young man. There we go. You forgot to connect this. See what I mean?
I thought I was right there.
That's Syrian, right?
Syrian.
You thought he was writing that Assyrian, you know what I mean? You gotta write them little dots and all that other stuff up there with that Assyrian. We're gonna get into that too in the future classes. That Assyrian, all of them points and everything else that they put, the lines that, you know, that they use for pronunciation. Alright, so we'll get into that, not today. Because we just want to get our vocabulary down in our language, main focus today. All right, so go ahead and erase that. That is correct. Man, I need to take a trip out to Israel, matter of fact. Yeah? What about like a $2,000 plane ticket? No? A little bit cheaper than that?
No,
I know it's probably like a
Probably
20-hour flight.
Yeah.
I know it got to be like a 20-hour flight.
Yeah. Not 2,000.
Look, good night. I don't know how I would be able to do it. All right, let's get the next vocabulary word is going to be let's do all. All, A-L-L.
Call.
I thought you said call too.
All. But
Call.
you thought that's what I
You
said?
call?
No, he said call. Why did you say call?
Because that's the translation for all.
That's correct. Doc.
Call? Yeah.
That is correct. Call. That's correct. Call. No, not call. Call. This is gonna be called. Most I ain't crazy. What sis said no. What happened, sis? What you mean no? No what? Alright, so we got Kal. Alright, that's correct. That's the Hebrew translation for all. It's Kal. Alright, so how do you spell how do you translate Kal into, let's go ahead and do this consistency that we've been doing it. Let's do the Syrian first. Let's do the Syrian first. The Yiddish first. Come on, man. Let's get that Yiddish first. Huh? Yeah, that Syrian. That boy more Doc. You were speaking about the price of the tickets. Yeah, man, I heard about how much what y'all said? It's more than 2,000?
Yeah, about 2,000, 2,500.
Now 2,500 just for the plane ticket? She said it's not much. She says not that much. Most I ain't crazy. She says not that much. I'm gonna look into it, man. I gotta definitely take me a little trip, man, out of the country. You know what I mean? Alright, so we got this Syrian up there. Hold on, is it right?
Oh, I didn't even check. It's like call.
So we got the Ka, right? We got the Ka, that's correct.
The
The Ka doesn't have that hook that comes down the bottom. So just correct that little hook. You know what I mean? Like I said, you can mistake that with another character. We don't want to do that. No, the Ka. That little hook. You see how the Ka there.
Oh yeah, I just kind of.
Sis said it's not that much. Y'all teach this class nightly. Every Friday night we teach this class. Every Friday night in America is Eastern time where we are. Eastern time it's at 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern time in America every Friday night. So each day of the week we have a different class topic. Monday is scripture breakdown. Tuesday is brotherhood breakdown. Wednesday is the law breakdown. Thursday is another scripture breakdown class taught by General Mahaiman. And Friday is the Hebrew language class, which is today. All right, and we do this all throughout the earth every day in the I.S.U.P.K. All right, Saturday Sabbath service. Okay, so we got the Ka, we have the okay. So is everything he has there correct, Doc? The sister already on it. Is everything he has there correct?
I mean, he would just need the Ka and then the La, right?
That's correct, Doc. You would take out that middle character.
Take out the middle
and the
character
sister Lioness Judah had it correct as well. So take out that middle character because that's the Ka connected with the La. All right? Shalom. Got Jermaine Jones in here again with the brother from Dallas, Texas. Shalom. Qadah. So yeah, you can write it over. I know you're trying to avoid writing it over, but go ahead and erase it, Doc, and write it together, man.
So the L.
Yeah, that La. That dreaded Assyrian La. But good job, Lioness Judah Baker. She got that correct. The middle character did not belong. There's no I in that word. Make that little top shelf a little bit noticeable. There we go. That'll work.
Right. The ancient now?
If you could, all right, we got Nelson Keep It 100. Nelson Keep It 100 Hopkins. Well, I remember we used to make the names like that back in the day, you know what I mean? Nelson Keep It 100 Hopkins. Put some respect on it. Shalom, Mark. How about Isupk? Good that you joined the class with us. Come on now, you ain't got to put that much flavor on them. Come on now, you ain't got to put that much flavor on them damn characters, man. Make that character a little bit more, you know what I mean, legible, man. You got this looking like cursive Hebrew right now.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, damn right. Most High and Christ. All right, so he's the Ka. He has the La. With the connector, Ka and La becomes Ka. All right, go ahead and erase that up. Go ahead and erase that. Most High and Christ. Everybody tuning in, share it, like the video, share it. You know what I mean? Let's get our views up. Spread the word. Teaching our brothers and sisters our ancient Hebrew. Teaching them our history, our culture, and so on and so forth, man. It's a very special thing, man. All right, so our next word is going to be alone. You know what I mean? Alone. Something that you want to be sometimes, but then sometimes you don't want to be. You know what I mean? It all depends. Alone. So alone in ancient Hebrew is going to be labad. Labad. We got Shar in there, Trooper Shar, Lioness Judah in there. We got Jermaine Jones, Nelson, always keep it 100, Hopkins. And I mean, I need y'all to answer this and let us know, if anything is right or wrong, if you see anything that needs to be changed, just like the sister did, so we can know that you're paying attention, that you are getting it. You know what I mean? So go ahead, brother. Let me get it in the Syrian. Yeah, man. That La. How do we get a Hebrew name? That's a good question now. Jermaine Jones, what you need to do is you need to contact me, all right? Contact me. The number there. You see the number there? 803-386-8583. Call that number or text that number for me, and it comes directly to my phone, and I'll get you the contact information for the camp leader that's in your state who you report to, who is actually over Dallas, Texas. So we actually have a camp leader over Dallas, Texas. His name is Officer Yashamar. Like I said, he's a true champion, strong brother in the truth, officer of 5,000. He will be the brother you will report to. He'll have your attendance taken, and after 90 days of you getting your attendance taken, you'll receive a Hebrew name. All right. So just send it to me, and we can definitely get you on the board of getting your Hebrew name. Same thing for Nelson. Same thing for Lioness Judah. Lioness Judah done wrote the thing in the Syrian on the computer. Good night. Good night. Let me see. That's absolutely correct too. She got it absolutely correct. Mardakia got it correct. Give both of y'all a hand. Most high credit. You know what I mean? And see, and that's what. So Lioness Judah, are you able to write? Look, are you able to write that in ancient Hebrew on the Facebook? I'm guessing no, because it might be an app that's available that has the language Hebrew as an option, but not in the ancient Hebrew, of course. So one day when we get our technicians together and our, app designers, we'll get them to make an app and it'll have all the Hebrew, ancient Hebrew. You can be able to chime in the Syrian and in the ancient Hebrew, and preferably the ancient, of course. All right, so the brother has the la there. The brother has the ba. That's correct. And he has the da. That's correct. So the la has the upside down connector, which means it's pronounced independently. And then the connector underneath the ba and the da make that one word, which is bad. So it's labad. That's the new word, labad. That's how you pronounce it. So the connectors are for pronunciation. All right? Labad. That means alone in ancient Hebrew. All right? Go ahead and drop that. Get that off there. Let's get down to the next word. Yes, sister, we see you are learning, man. You are learning. So, you know what I mean? And now you see what we're saying. Like, everywhere you go, and if you talk about Hebrew or look up Hebrew, it's going to be Syrian or Yiddish. The brothers Nelson said, you can draw it in your post. I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with that. You might have to
draw it. I know what he's talking about.
Draw it. You know what he's talking about? Yeah, you might have to show me that one. All right, so the next word is going to be, let's do ancient.
Ancient?
Ancient. It can be ancient or ancestral, right?
Ancient of days.
Right. Ancient of days. Dead sit. Ancient in the Hebrew, that's correct. Ancient in the Hebrew is going to be Zakwan. Zakwan.
Zakwan?
That's correct. Quan. Not like rich homie Quan. Zakwan. That is correct, Doc. His pronunciation has helped him to be able to spell it. The pronunciation. Zakwan, that's exactly how it sounds and it's spelled there. Zakwan. All right, so let's revert. Since the sister asked, why do we use Yiddish? Like I said, if you type in ancient into Google, it's going to come up as Syrian. So, brother, write the Syrian for us. For Zakwan. I'm going to tell people sometimes I want to be labad so they can look at me like I'm dumb so I can school their ass. Most High in Christ, that boy said, I want to be labad.
That's the brother down in Texas.
Now, Nelson Hopkins, what city and state you in, Doc? That brother said, I want to be labad. Leave me labad. Leave me labad. Bible Quishah.
What I was about to say.
Ward, South Carolina. Okay, Nelson. Is this the brother? Are you the brother Shar cousin? Trooper Shar cousin down in Ward, South Carolina, who he's playing them zombies with? What's that the brother name? Nelson? I think he might have had a nickname. But maybe. But you do know Trooper Shar if you're not the brother that we was with. Cause Ward, South Carolina, we was just down there. Yes, I am. I'm his homie. Okay. Okay. So that's the brother. Most High in Christ. So you the brother that we came and played the video games with in Ward, South Carolina, zombies, when we raised up Trooper Shaw that day. All right, so let's see. We got Za. Let me see where we at. We got the Za there. That's acceptable. You know what I mean? Then we got the Qua, right? Qua is not touching. The top part is not touching. So all you have to do is just, yeah. Oh, no. This way. Come that way with it. There we go. All right. So the Qua, and then next we have the Na, which is right here. Na, right? But okay, here we go. I was about to get him.
At the end of the word, so we have to.
Yeah, tell him again. Say it one more time.
Because it falls at the end of the word, we have to change it.
That's correct, Doc. Most High in Christ. Most High in Christ. Hey, that's my brother right there, man. That's my brother. Keep it 100. That's my brother right there, man. It's good to see you in class, Most High in Christ, man. You stay strong out there. Keep coming to class. You got a strong spirit, brother. You have a warrior spirit, man, and we need warriors in here. This is what the Most High breeds, man, warriors. You know what I mean? These brothers and sisters in the world, you know what I mean, that are in the Christian church, that are thinking they saved and that they better than everybody else. We rather get brothers and sisters out of the prison system. You know what I mean? We rather a criminal to come into the school, you understand, other than some Christian that think that they're better than everybody. You understand? Because the Most High came to the criminals. He came to the lowly of our people, man. The whores and the pimps and the gangbangers and the drug dealers. Those were the men that got their lives changed and cleaned up and became the priests and prophets of the Lord, man. You understand? You stay strong, brother. All right? So we got ancient, Zaquan, that's correct. So it's at the end of a sentence. I mean, it's at the end of the word. So you have to use the last one at the bottom, all the way to the bottom. You can point it out to him, Mardokia. Yeah, step to the side on this side. All right, so just show them that bottom row. That bottom row. Yeah, so that's the row right there. Those characters there, or if that specific character comes at the end of a word, that's the character that you would use. All right, so let's go ahead and get back into it. Let me get that ancient Hebrew there. That ancient Hebrew. Oh, whoa, now. You gotta put some respect. Put some respect
on that Quan.
Yeah, put some respect on that Qua. Put some respect on that Qua. I'm a Saiyan. That boy said he a Saiyan. A Super Saiyan. Most High in Christ, Listen, man, we all in the bull, man. Pretty soon we gonna be flying and all that like we are fucking Goku or somebody. Like for real. Sis put the thing in there in the Syrian again. Good job, sis. I'm not sure. I think I'm reading it too late. I don't know if that was the last word we just wrote, but good job for participation. You know what I mean? We want to. That's what we like to see. And any brother can that knows how to access that keyboard, that Assyrian keyboard, use that, man. You know what I mean? Use that for the class. When we're writing in Assyrian, and then you can translate it to Hebrew on paper. To get a Hebrew name, do I go to any class, 90 days, or just Dallas classes? Well, you want to make it official and report to who's your camp leader of your zone. So it's official when you report to the camp leader of your zone. But I have confirmed that you have been in two of my classes. So when I talk to Officer Yashamar, you will be accounted for 2 days for the time that you've been in my class, for sure. You know what I mean?
He's been in a couple of my classes too,
He's been in a couple. How many classes has he been in yours?
I said about 2 or 3 as well.
About 2 or 3. So we'll say 5 classes. Nonetheless, it's no big deal. You know what I mean? You do your 90 days. Lord willing, you do your life in the I.S.U.P.K. You know what I mean? You do your time in the I.S.U.P.K. for life. And don't worry about it. We're going to get Officer Yashamar in contact with you, or get you the information to contact him. That way you can be able to get an official report, and you could be able to get involved with all of the camps that they have in Dallas, all of the actual physical class. You can start going to physical class in Dallas, which is going to be even more amazing to be in the presence of the brothers, asking questions, you know what I mean? You know, questions on and off topic, building with the brothers, having to sharing a drink, you know, communing with each other. It's going to be way more powerful and zealous. So just we're going to work on it, okay, y'all? All right. So we got Za, which is pronounced independently. Qua and the Na is connected, which makes it Quan, which is Zaquan. Zaquan, which means what? Ancient. That's correct, Doc. That's a good job. So let's go ahead and erase that. Let's go ahead and erase that. Okay, so next word we're going to get is angel. Angel. All right. Next word is angel. The Hebrew word for angel is mala'ak. You do that? Yeah, Most High in Christ. Mala'ak. And Jermaine Jones, I'm gonna go ahead and let you know now. When you speak to a brother that's a officer or anything, any officer, captain, or general, you acknowledge them as Adawan, not Ak. So you would just say Tawada Adawan instead of Tawada Ak. Because coming in this body, you have to, have that respect for the men above you. You know what I mean? Mala'ak is correct. That is correct, Doc. Good job. All right, so Tawada Adawan.
So we still doing the Syrian first?
Let's revert back. Let's go revert back. Let's get the ancient up there. Mardaki don't want to write that as Syrian.
I was just asking.
He don't want to write that as Syrian.
Syrian's a chicken.
Is that the angel or just angel? It's just angel. It's just angel. If you were you in my last class that I had last week? If you were in my last class that we had last week, we went into prepositions. And prepositions are what you put before a word that like the, right? Like the angel or just angel, right? So angel by itself would be mala'ak, but the angel would be ha-mala'ak. Ha-mala'ak, because ha in the beginning of a word means the. Ha-mala'ak. So that would mean the angel, okay? Good to go? You confident? You confident? Brother, is it correct?
I feel like something's missing.
Okay, let's take a look at it. So let's take a look at it. So disconnected right here means what?
Ma.
No, I'm talking disconnected. This type of
mean
connected.
that's by itself.
Okay, it means it's pronounced independently.
Well, yeah.
So right, so that's ma. That means it's pronounced independently, right? La, and then that's an a and a ka, so that means ak.
Yeah.
So you're absolutely correct. You know what I mean? So you're absolutely correct. Ma, la, ak. I mean that's the a. You understand? And that's the ka. That's a good job, huh? So let's go ahead and get that in the Syrian, if I could. Yeah, it's no O. It's no O in the in the Hebrew at all. So that would not be correct. You were close though. And then it's not going to be ka, which is the CHAA. It's going to be ka, which is the KA. All right. But good job for trying out. You definitely on it though. You on it. Sis, I'm glad you understand. All right. So we got ma. All right, Ma looking a little different there. It's looking a little wicked.
Yeah, just line it up with it.
You know what I mean?
I think he wrote something else. I think he had like a 9 or something.
Okay, the law. It's right here. This is it right here. So you want to?
I did what I was trying to write, but it won't work.
That looks better.
Okay.
That looks better. If I was gonna do it, let me see real quick, because it kind of got like a point at the top, and I'm only being very particular about this because when you go to take that test to become an officer, Mardaki, you gotta have it.
Perfect.
Perfect. I was gonna say nigh unto perfect, but it has to be perfect. So I would just like, you know what I mean? Like you said, start with that little edge right there, and I would come up from here and make a point, Salagia, and then I would come down here. You know what I mean? That looks a little bit more like it. You know what I mean?
It's like a little
One, two, three chicken scratch.
right. Almost like a mini antenna type thing.
Yeah, it's hard.
You know what I mean? So just, like I said, make it as perfect as you can. When you get ready to take that officer's test and become an officer, all you troopers out there, you're gonna have to this is on your test, this Hebrew. You gotta be able to memorize the Hebrew. Everything that you see here, you have to be able to write in English. But it's Abba, Gada, Hawaza, Kata, Yaka, Lama, Nasa, Apa, Tazakwa, Rashata, Salagian. But you also are going to have to write it in the, oh shit, Salagian. Yeah, I come over here messing up everything. But you also going to have to write it in the Assyrian, and you also have to write it in the ancient Hebrew. And you're going to have to include these at the end, at just as they are with the letters they correlate with. And you have to do this all by memory. All by memory. It cannot be no reference sheet or anything like that. All right? So, boom. Let's get it again. What we at next? Let's get it. Let's erase that. I didn't even check it, but it's cool. It's 2 hours. There's no sweat. It looked like it might have been right.
It was definitely right.
All right. Most High in Christ.
It was right.
He said it was right. It was right. Most High in Christ. No sweat. All right. So the next word is going to be anointed.
Anointed. That's double N's? Or one N?
One N. Anointed.
Anointed.
That's correct, Doc.
I
Anointed.
don't know why it looks so weird. I'm like right up
This is not your everyday word that you just write every day. You just don't write letters or text messages to people about being anointed. You know what I mean? It's just like a rare thing. Like I was anointed. I mean, got raised up. You know what I mean? But Most High in Christ. All right. So anointed in the Hebrew is going to be Mashayak. Mashayak. Yak. 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 Mashayak.
Masha.
Yak.
Double A-K?
Listen to what I'm saying, pronunciation. Mashayak.
Oh, okay. So just one K, right? Oh, Ka.
Yak.
Ya. Shalagi.
Blah. It's going to be the CH at the end. No sweat. Yeah, it's going to be the CH.
CH?
Yes, that's right.
Mashayak.
Mashayak.
Oh, Shalagi. Really just looking on text. Mashayak.
Right. Yahweh Shah Mashiach.
Hold on.
Yahweh Shah HaMashiach is what? Christ the Anointed. Like we insisted, just like we said, like that ha in the beginning is a preposition. Comes at the beginning of a word, and ha means the. So when we say Christ the Anointed, it'd be what? Yahweh Shah HaMashiach. HaMashiach.
Anointed.
Right, the Anointed, right? But right now it's just anointed, so it's Mashiach.
Hebrew.
That's correct. Let's go to get that ancient.
Ancient.
Yeah.
Ancient Hebrew?
You want to write it in the Syrian?
No, I don't know which one is it? Ancient Hebrew.
he said ancient Hebrew. Yeah.
Real quick.
Yeah, right. You want me to choose? No sweat. Mashiach. HaMashiach. Yeah, I'm gonna take me a trip to Israel. Israel. For sure, for sure. right? Most High in Christ. Everything is correct. Got the upside down connect under the ma, which means pronounced independently. Same thing for the sha, which means pronounced independently. And then the ya and the ka are connected, so it becomes yak. Ma sha yak. Let me explain that one more time for brothers that's just tuning in the class. This upside down connector right here, and I'm gonna write that on the bottom down here. It's for independent. This one is connecting. I was gonna put connecting characters, but okay. So this upside down connector means this is pronounced independently. So that's ma, as you can see on the alphabet, ma, right here, ma. Then we have the sha, which is pronounced independently. So sha, here it is right here. Sha, it looks like a W, which your brother has right there is correct. Then the ya, right there, right? And then the ka, right there. Two characters, because those words are there, but these are pronounced together. So it's yak instead of yaka, like how this is masha, and it's not yaka, it's yak. Masha yak. All right? So the brother's going to write it in Assyrian. Oh yeah, Nelson, man, we got the PS4 now, man. You got Black Ops 4, don't you? Let me know, man. We might have to get on that Black Ops 4, man, online. It's in that gamer tag. Got Trooper Shaw on the way here, man. He about to come to Greenville, get closer to the Akim, so he can get that seasoning he needs to get raised up to an officer and be a strong, valiant soldier in this truth, man. There's nothing like being around your brothers, man. Being around to just pull up on your brothers, man, and get to learn something every day, all day, man. It's a good thing. Most High in Christ. All right, so you got the ma, you got the sha, you got the ya, which, like I said, is the little number 7 up in the sky, in the corner, up top corner, and then you got the ka. That is correct, Doc. We can erase that. We can erase that. All right, so the next word is going to be let's get let's do let's do so okay, so let's just do answering. Let's do answering. Because I was going to do anoint, but we did anointed. But anoint, for anybody that doesn't know, is mashak. It's M-A-S-H-A-C-H, mashak. So anoint is mashak, and anointed is mashayak. So answer is going to be aina. Aina. If you have the aina, ha'ana, so aina.
I know. That's,
What's that?
you say I know.
That's a TB? Okay. Okay, and the H at the end.
Oh.
I nah. Alright, perfect. So now let's get Mardakia up there. Mardakia is going to translate that Hebrew English into Hebrew, ancient Hebrew.
I always do that for some reason.
You always fancying up them characters, man.
No, Judah gotta have a little something to it.
Judah, boy. Israel. Period.
That's good. Oh, so you don't know what that's wrong.
Okay, so we have I, which is the character that looks like an O. You have the Na, and we have the Ha. That's correct. We got the I with the upside down connector because it's pronounced independently. So I, and then the Na and the Ha become one word and it becomes Na with the upside down connector or with the connector underneath the two. That's a good job. So let's go ahead and get this Syrian if I could, Baba Bashar. Alright, so we got the Yah. That is correct. And I mean, that Yah and that Pak, that Yah and that Tazah in the Assyrian can get it tricky because they're kind of the same. But the Na is correct as well. And we have the Ha. The Ha is correct as well. Well, let me see. No, the Ha is not correct. The Ha is not correct.
Yeah, you got. I was like, right the guy.
What is the huh?
That's correct.
Oh. Must be sleepy or something.
Mm-hmm. All right, that's perfect. So the Ha is correct now. All right, let's go ahead and erase that. Okay, so the next word is going to be approach. Then I got quiet on me in there in the comment section, man. Where y'all at, man? Approach. Approach is going to be Nagash. Nagash.
Saying that gosh.
That's correct. Nagash. correct right there. That's right. All right. So Nagash, pronounced the same way it is. Let me hear you. Let me see you put it in the ancient Hebrew. Nagash. All right. So we have the Na, it's pronounced independently. And we have the Ga and the Sha, which is connected, which becomes Gosh. That's correct. All right, Mardaki. If you could, let's just get that in ancient Hebrew, Nagash. Not ancient, Slaki, Assyrian.
Syrian?
Okay, that's correct, sis. Sis got it right. Hold on, no. No, you don't, sis. You got it wrong. It's not right what you got there.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, like, I probably could make it a little bit smaller, though. These lines right here.
Oh, okay. Salaki, sis. You got approach up there. All right, that's correct. If you got an approach, that's correct. All right. Let me see you put the approach. So it's Nagash. You don't. That's not correct. What you have there, sis. That's not correct. That's not correct. It's Nagash. Nagash. So it's Nagasha. So it's 3 characters. Na, Ga, and Sha. The Na is pronounced independently. The Ga and the Sha are connected. It makes Gosh. So what the brother has down there in the Assyrian is the Na in the Assyrian, which looks correct. He has the Ga in Assyrian, which is correct as well, and the Sha in Assyrian, which is absolutely correct. All right. So sis, that's the Assyrian for Nagash or approach. All right, you were a couple letters off, a couple characters off, a few characters. I think you all the way off. It looks like, but no sweat. All right, so let's go ahead and erase that if I could. To make sure that you know what I mean. I just want to make sure the sister's seen it, and she would be able to no, you got it. Make sure it's correct what she got there in the Assyrian Hebrew. All right, so let's go to arise, arise. Arise. Okay. Okay, Nagash. Okay, but it's Nagash though. That's the Hebrew for approach. I don't know. I mean, what you have there. Okay, let's write what she has there, and let's well, let me see. So you have what you have there is you have Ga, you have Yah, you have Ga, Yah, and then you have the Shah, Ga, Yah, Shah, Tha. Guy, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you're missing it. You're missing. You have it backwards and you're missing it. Nah, don't write it down. Don't write it down. What we had there was approach in Hebrew, which is Nagash, and Nagash in the Hebrew is the Na, the Ga, and the Sha. Same thing for.
What was she trying to do though?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what she got. What she has there from. But no sweat. We got arise. Arise is going to be quam. Quam. Go ahead and write it out, brother. Says if you can if you can let me know where did you get that from? Where did you get that Syrian translation from?
I don't know. I think I'm supposed to do it next, right?
Nah, it's no sweat. He's gonna go all the way through with this one.
Okay.
Go ahead all the way through. Go ahead all the way through. We're gonna do them all the way through. The one person is gonna do them all the way through. All right. So we have qua and we have ma. Connector at the bottom makes it quam. That's correct. Now go ahead and put in the Syrian if you could. Okay, so the brother has the qua, which is correct, and he has the ma, which is correct. Okay, well, no. Yeah, okay, you're right, because that's at the end of the word. That's correct. All right, Mardaki, let's go ahead and get the next one. It said school. Okay, so now I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you mean school exactly. I guess what you're saying is in school in Israel, you're taught that approach is pronounced the way you spelled it now in Assyrian. Now there's different sources that we use aside from of course you're in a school system in Israel where they who knows where they get their translations from to translate ancient Hebrew into Assyrian and give the definitions to the words. But some of their definitions of their words or some of their word translations are off. All right. So we not only check through Google Translate, we not only have, it's all good. I'm here to learn ours, theirs is not important. To learn ours, theirs is not important. Well, it's definitely important because we want to make sure that we're on the same page as a nation, as a nation.
Wow.
So, so some of their references that they use that give them certain definitions to words are wrong, are incorrect. So the true Hebrew word for approach is nagash. All right. This is from extensive studying that we've been doing in I.S.U.P.K since 1969, sis. So it's very important that we all understand the words as we know them, as our ancestors knew them. All right, so let's go ahead and get the next word for Mardakia is going to be around. Some words do change, I agree. Damn right, no sign Christ, sis. All right, so we have around. Around is going to be sabayab. Sabayab. Huh? It's a word, ain't it?
Yab.
Yeah, that's correct. Sabayab. That's a word.
Sabayab.
That's correct, Doc. What you have there is absolutely correct. Now, if you could, Baba Kusha, translate that into the ancient Hebrew. All right, what the brother has there is correct. Sabayab is the sa pronounced independently, the ba and pronounced independently, and then the ya and the ba at the end are connected. So to be yab. Oh yeah, there wasn't. You did have an extra little dash here. Yab. All right, that's correct. Sabayab, which means around. Okay, let's get down to the next. Let's take go. Yeah, you can go to erase that. Everything was correct, even in the Assyrian, it was correct. He had it right. All right. It's the time. Okay. So we're gonna go to the last word. The last word is going to be already. 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 So already is going to be in the Hebrew kabar.
Kabar.
That's correct. All right. Okay, so the brother has the ka, he has the ba, and the ra. Marduk, is everything correct there? Is anybody in the comment section? Is anybody in the comment section? Everybody's agreeing with everything he has on the board. The English, the ancient Hebrew, and the Assyrian.
Kabara.
That's correct. Kabara.
Kabara.
And you have the connector, kabar. Everything looks correct? All right. You got this upside down the wrong way.
Oh, yeah, I see that.
It
It's late at night.
ain't no sweat. It's after hours. Quiet storm. After dark. With Dawadah. Most High in Christ. So the brother had the connector the right way. He turned it the right way now. It's the upside down connector underneath the ka, which means it's pronounced independently. And then the connector underneath the ba and the ra. Connect those two characters, making it bar. Kabar. All right? Other than that, man, that concludes today's vocabulary Hebrew. Next week, we're going to go into, going back into sentences again, prepositions, also possessive adjectives, formulating sentences, breaking down different scriptures in the Bible, everything, anything we can think of, prayers, so on and so forth. We're going to break them down, get into all of the dynamics of this Hebrew language. With that, we the I.S.U.P.K. We start out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York City, under Commander General YAHANNA, established in 1969. We teach the truth according to the Bible to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are God's chosen people, the children of Israel, and we're not affiliated with any other Israelite group. We're the home of the truth, and we teach everything. And we have all the breakdowns. You understand? We have all the breakdowns. Call for counsel. You got brothers and sisters in the prison system. Give us the information so we can contact them in the prison. If you're in these classes and you want to make sure you get your Hebrew name and you need to know who you need to report to, contact me directly. My phone number is in the video description. As you can see, for information, call 803-386-8553, or you can email me at onewestsc@gmail.com. You can let me know where you're at, that you don't know where your camp leader is or who you report to, and I can be able to contact you and bridge that gap so you can be able to get your attendance taken and be able to get your Hebrew name. All right. With that, shalom.